is agreeing on the scope.
Right.
What do we need to do?
What do we need?
So defining the scope in a visual way, we have seen owners really gravitate towards it. Everyone's very visual. You can quote the phrase, a picture is 1,000 words, but what about 1,000 pictures? So instead of just talking boring spreadsheets, we are able to agree visually on what elements are important to the owner, what elements are necessary for each BIM use, and really be able to build that in a way that teams can understand. So let's look at switching from the plan and going to the scope. So the first thing that we would do as a team is probably already have a set of templates. We can either build that from the library that we have, or it could be a template from the industry set of templates, so everything from Omniclass, Uniformat, Uniclass, etc. Or it could be a project that you've worked on before. So in this example, it's an office project, and we can look at what we have in this project and quite simply just drag these in. So I'm going to take a lot of our time away from this creation and drag from here. I'm going to drag in the architecture, and then I'm going to also drag in the MEP. And these are folders with the lists of the scope that are required for some of these BIM uses that we have talked about before. So if I click in the bottom to open these up, you can see we've brought in a significant amount of data, not information specifically yet, although everything is information. We can see from the architectural model scope what it is we are modeling, down to the element level. We can see who is assigned to these, and we can also we can really see down to the element level when and who is responsible for what. You see Louis frantically replying to a bunch of people on here. Thank you so much. Please keep your questions coming. And if we do not get to your questions, we will answer them afterwards personally. Every single question will get answered, we promise. So I've skipped a lot here, but there are scoping webinars that you can get to understand exactly how to do this. There's a smart, quick assignment on the right-hand side that allows us to quickly do this. But what I want to focus on now is what's important for the owner. So if we add, on the right-hand side, you see along the top, we can add a column, which is called a milestone. And that milestone might be a milestone from, for example, one of the UK or US, it could be the stages, REBA stages, for example. And let's call it, it could be in use. You can name it whatever you like. So let's just call this the handover, if I can. And now this handover milestone, we can start to capture what is important for the owner. And this is incredibly powerful because the owner can then look down this list and can make a judgment based on what they really need in a handover model. For example, let's open a couple of these. Maybe the owner actually is not that concerned about the stairs. So let's say, no, we don't need the stairs in our model. Or what they're saying is we don't need any more accuracy. We don't need any more information. We don't need any more than you would do in your natural workflow in that handover model. However, if we look at the plumbing systems, the owner might be really interested in this. And so here, if we start to say, I am the owner, I'm going to say for the handover, I do want to know, I do want the element, the sinks, the bathroom sinks. I actually want the faucets as well. I can see in so far they have not been modeled, but that is something that I would like. And I would like the toilets and the urinals and the showers and tubs. So I can start to add these. And as I add them, what that's doing is placing a specific requirement for a team at that stage. Actually, I haven't defined the team yet, but we could assign the team as well. So let me pause there. What we are doing is allowing the owner to visually identify the objects that they care about at the handover milestone. Instead of just text and instead of just I want BIM, we are seeing teams able to sit down with an owner and being able to define very, very clearly, very precisely sometimes using the concepts of LOD, sometimes using the concepts of level of information need, and sometimes using the concepts of simply just what is required and what is not required. We support all of those. Maybe I should quickly show you that in here so that we can show you, and pretty much selecting none in our project standards, in our scoping. You can see that this now is very black and white. What is it that we need?